of you know, I was away traveling. I went to California. Please do watch my vlogs. I've posted 3 already. Make sure you watch those. It was super fun. Super fun. I really enjoyed myself. But yeah, I did miss you. It feels good to be back. I miss my husband as well. I really did. But anyway, we are here now. Thanks guys for all your love, your subscriptions, your comments, your support basically during this journey. We are on 350 subscribers, road to 500, aiming for 1,000 soon, and yeah, I think we're almost there. Thank you so much. Don't forget to tell your friend to tell their friend to subscribe to Mrs. Style. Okay, so what are we doing today? So yesterday on my stories, on my Instagram stories, on my Facebook stories, I posted a question saying, please send me the assumptions you have about me and I will respond to them on my video. Awesome! So I got some really interesting assumptions. very funny, some of them. The very first assumption that I got, and it was multiple of them, is that you are very rich, sis. Another one says usisi kebi, which means you are very wealthy. And yeah, just a number of them assuming that I am wealthy. This is one of the most difficult questions to answer. And I must tell you, it's not just you guys that ask me this. Even my family asked me this, and it's very awkward. My loved one, my sweet grandfather, once asked me when I visited him, we were literally just watching TV, and he just cornered me. He's like, Zimasa, tell me, where do you get this money? I'll post the video just here. Doesn't that imali? Anoyisebenza namkhulu. Anoyisebenza.
Thethi ukuthi kaloku esikhathi ubufunde eKapa uthi umani imali.
Umkhulu.
Kuyimalini? Ithi qaleni ukwenzani? Kuyimali.
Indoni mkhulu? Ufuna ukuthi ikhule kakhulu.
Ufumana imali. Uzakuthini umfuthe into omkhulu ufumana imali?
Ndifuna ukwazi ukuthi uzoyi. So yes guys, am I rich? Am I not so rich? Well, you do know that I am the housewife of Santon. But yeah guys, besides that, I will not take away the fact that God has been very faithful in my life. And being faithful also means that for me, He has blessed me with financial blessings as well. I will not take that away from my life. And I am grateful to God for being able to put me in that position, because thing is, with money helps you be able to do a lot more things. A lot of us wants to help and make a difference out there, but sometimes all you need is money to be able to do so. So I'm very grateful for that blessing, and I'm not gonna sit here and say God hasn't been faithful in that area of my life. I'll just say God has been faithful. God has been good to me. Second question is, well, assumption. You are extremely intelligent, rich, and hardworking. I'm very hardworking. I do know that about myself. Yeah, I am. Because lots of the time I then become so tired from all the hard work. But I'm very hardworking, and in all areas of my life, not just at work, because sometimes we don't develop our own personal growth and we put all our energies in our careers. And I think it's important to be hardworking in other areas of your life as well. And am I intelligent? Well, they do say the proof is in the pudding. And the proof does say that, well, there's something here. I have always been top of my class, high school, varsity, even at work. You know, there's always recognition. So, yeah, I am. But more than that, I don't just rely on intelligence, which is God-given. I also work hard, and I'm quite dedicated as a person. So yes, the third assumption is ingathi serious, strict, and loving. Those are very interesting combinations. But that's very true. Guys, I'm so sweet. And like, I'm full of love. I love everyone. However, we must all work when we have to work. So that's the strict part. Whereas I will laugh with you during lunchtime, but then I will not shy away from saying, so where are we with this project? The deadline was this date. And that's just who I am. I just believe all things must be balanced in life. You mustn't be too much of a fun person and not take things that need to be taken seriously. Yeah, that's a very true assumption. And then the fourth assumption is, this is from my childhood friend, Usaneli Siwe. She says, you looked very rich and spoiled as a child. Guys, never look like what you are going through. I don't care how you feel when you wake up or what you're facing that day. Never look like what you are going through in life. And for me, that's a principle that I've had even when I was younger. Usanelisi, where I went to primary school with her, and during that time, times were tough, guys. Please make sure you watch my video, which is Real Talk. There's Real Talk part 1 and part 2. So that's where I take you through my childhood and growing up and just my life and some of the tough times that I've faced. And it was during the time that she's saying I looked like I was rich and I was a spoiled child. So yeah, I do believe that I did look like that, and that's purely because my principle is never look like what you're going through. So guys, the next assumption is quite lengthy, but I really think it's important for me to read it, and yeah, I'll address it shortly. My assumption about you, you seem to be like a hot knife on butter. You come across like a person who never struggles with projects, like you are given big tasks, huge responsibilities, and you nail them. Do you ever struggle? Do you ever feel like it's too big? I just can't. Do you ever experience resistance? Do you even get tired, like most of us? Definitely. Before I got to know you from your YouTube channel, I was like, yay, some other people are always winning. It's like they're in a different world, a resistant-free world. Week after week, it's beautiful testimonies. Then I got to know that growing up, it was tough. Things were not easy for you. Then I got to understand that it's your time, and God is showing off and giving you so much victory that your life might be a testimony to us all. Now, I would like to know the questions that I've highlighted above. And what is your driving force? Maybe you can share that with us. Definitely, I do get tired. I definitely do get tired, guys, and I can never stress enough the importance of resting. Always take rest when you feel like the pressure is too much. And do I ever feel like some tasks that I'm given or some responsibilities that I'm given are too much? Definitely. And some surprise me, and I'll really be taken by surprise that, okay, I'm trusted with this, or God has trusted me with this. But I've realized one thing. God will never give you a responsibility. Whether at work or at home or wherever, He will never give you a responsibility more than that you can be able to execute. But one thing I never do, I never say no. I never say no. I never say I cannot. I never say I will not. I never say I will not be able to. That is not my language. My language is I will, and I will learn along the way. What drives me is it's why I started, guys. I still want a better life for myself. I still want a better life for my family. I still believe I can do more for them, and I still believe I can do more in my community, my society. Okay, the next assumption is funny. It says you do not have any life problems. Yes, girl, I don't have no life problems. Okay, in fact, I have rich money problems. I am kidding, guys. It's just your assumptions that are making me laugh. No, just like most people, I do have problems. It's just that problems differ as you grow up and as you have different responsibilities, and also the way you face problems is not the same over time. So you actually get used to facing challenges in life, and it means they won't always get you down as they used to before. Yeah, this one says you'll be a billionaire in the next 5 years. Yes, I receive it. I will not dispute that one because I receive it. Ooh, this assumption. The assumption is you can buy a Porsche any day, but you're playing it humble. Yeah, hey, that Porsche Carrera, it does look like a nice option for me to explore in the next few years. But yeah, guys, can I buy a Porsche tomorrow? Can I not buy a Porsche? Probably can, but do I want to? Should I? One thing that I've realized is that not everything that you can afford you should buy, and that's something you learn. Hey, as the bank approves stuff in your life, or as you get invitations to buy certain things that companies think you can afford, you learn to think for yourself and say, I can afford this, but is it something that I should have right now? And if I get this, what is the opportunity cost? If the opportunity cost of me getting a new sport car right now is an investment of a property in addition to the ones I currently have, maybe right now I should focus on building my portfolio. So it's one of those things of, guys, the fact that you can doesn't mean you should. Very, very, very important. So yeah, this one says you only buy expensive things and you wear brands. Even your furniture is branded. Okay, this is someone that definitely goes through my Instagram stories. Yeah, we recently moved to a new home, and we're busy furnishing it. So firstly, I don't just buy expensive things. Hey, no, I don't believe in that. I believe in a good mix in terms of clothes. There are certain things that you want them to be good quality, like shoes. You make sure that, okay, you might get more expensive type of shoes or brands, but other things, guys, honestly, like, I don't know, you can look at cheaper options. I'm really not fussy. So it is the same concept as well with my furniture at home. I think on key furniture items I prioritize spending and investing in them, because I understand that quality is important. Like, you don't want, let's say, your couch to not be of good quality in 2 years time. It's a long-term purchase. And the next assumption is you have a full hall of a walk-in closet. Happy must hear this. Happy must hear this assumption. But yeah, guys, my current closet and house situation is quite it's quite a mess. My clothes, yeah, So let's just say I'm giving away more clothes this year. So every month I actually pack clothes that I haven't worn in a while and I give them away. Some I hold on because it's tough to give them away. But the more I do it, the better I am at letting go as well. Because I realized that we hold on to a lot of material things that you don't even use anymore. So in terms of my house, even my guest room is full of my clothes. So it's not it's not just it's not just limited to our space. I found that it was now getting out of hand, so that's what I've embarked on doing, giving away clothes you do not wear. And lastly, I assume that you do things that make you happy, you and hubby happy, regardless of what people say. A go-getter is your middle name. Yeah, that assumption is quite right, hey? Especially in the context of myself and my husband, I've learned that when you get married, you need to find your own identity as a couple. Yes, you have your separate identities as individuals, but you need to find your identity as a couple and be comfortable with it. A lot of married people will tell you this works for us, this worked for us, or people will give you examples of older or other couples that do things in a certain way. I've learned that we need to be comfortable with our story, our journey, and how we want things to be done. And if we're happy with it, that's sufficient. And that's just how we do things with my hubby and I. As long as we're happy, as long as we have a plan, as long as we understand why we're doing things the way we're doing it, we just keep on doing that. Everyone else will catch up with us later, shame. They will understand in the next few years. It will all make sense, hey? But yes, guys, I am done. I gave it my all and I was super honest and open. I hope you appreciate this. Thank you so much for interacting with me. Thank you so much for the love, guys. I love you so much. You made me laugh out loud. My husband and I proper had fun laughing.